Hello, this is Doug Slay, and I want to greet you today by saying thank you for watching this video and listening to this message. Because this message is very uplifting, it will help you. I know it will because it's helped me, and I've seen it help a lot of people. And it's very simple and very easy to do. It's not complicated at all. It's learning to say thank you. And I want to begin by telling a story. I used to do a lot of counseling, marriage and life counseling and things like that. And a lady came to me one time wanting counsel, and she had married into a family, and both of the fellow she married, and she had children, he had children, and that created a conflict. And it went on, and she didn't know how to handle it, and it was threatening their marriage and their life. And she came to me, and after a while, we went through several periods and even some hours of counseling once a week for a while. And then we came up with this idea of saying thank you. And I gave her the assignment with those people she was having a problem with and others to sit down, to find something good about them, and write them a note or a short letter and say thank you. And I said, do this at least 5 times, and then find something good, say thank you to the children that she had inherited and so forth. And she followed my advice, and she went and she took the time, and it took a few days and some time, but she wrote thank you notes to them. And she found something good to say about them. And she said thank you in a note. And then it took, like I said, it took a little time, not very long, but a little time. And she came back for a counseling session, and her relationship with her family and her marriage had totally changed. The stress was gone between her and the children and her and her husband and so forth. But it just transformed their lives by saying thank you. I want to encourage you today to learn the art of saying thank you. See, there's a difference between just being thankful. You can be thankful to someone without saying it. But you need to say it, and they need to hear it. You need to get it out of you, and they need to know that you're saying it to them and you really mean it. You took the time. And so I want to just mention some things about saying thank you. And you might want to do this. I would suggest that you find 5 people and call them or write them a note or a short letter or something, and say thank you for something. And it will bless you and it will bless them. And another thing I want to say, that when you say thank you, that you want to make it personal. It's not just a generic thing, it's a personal thing, it's a relationship thing, and it means more when it's very personal. And so who are you going to say these things to? Well, you got a lot of different options about who you're going to say thanks to. I would suggest you start with your family. If you are married and your husband or wife, you need to say thank you to them. I make a point to say a thank you to my wife every day. And to my children and my grandchildren, if they do something, I say thank you. And so I would suggest that you start with your own family. You might find how amazing this saying thank you can heal a relationship and take stress out of a marriage. Just the simple words, thank you. It will do you good. Say it in your family, to your children, and to your husband or to your wife. And I would suggest another place, and you could choose your own places. I'm just making some suggestions for thought. I make it a point when I go to a restaurant to say thank you to those who serve me. Not just give them a tip. You should give them a tip, and because they work hard, and give them as much as you can. To me, it's a way of giving. I usually give much more than the 20%, and because I just want it my way of giving. But I also use words. Words are important. I say thank you. If they fill my glass up with water, or if I have coffee and they fill it up with coffee again, whatever it is, I always say thank you. I take the time. And sometimes it makes a difference on the kind of service that you get when you simply say thank you to those who serve you. Now, if you're an employer, I would suggest that you say thank you to your employees. Now, I know you probably pay them, you write the checks, and you assume that they know that you appreciate them. But even the employee that you have the most difficulty with, you need to find something in that employee and go out of your way, shake their hand, and say thank you. You'll be surprised how it will improve their attitude and your attitude toward them. It may be that their job performance improves simply because you took the time to say thank you. Now, on the other hand, if you are an employee, you need to tell those who employ you, thank you. You should appreciate your job. You should appreciate the opportunity to work and make a living. But you shouldn't just assume that because you've done your job and you can go home and forget it. No, you find some way to verbalize your thanks. Say thank you to the one that hired you and pays you. Even if you have to write them a note and send them in the mail and say, I appreciate my job and I thank you for hiring me, and find something to say thank you to the people who pay your salary. And so that would be very good. And so I would say, all kinds of places, I'm just throwing out some ideas. If you go to Walmart or to a department store or wherever, when people do something for you, if they just give you directions or if they help you find something or when they take your money, never fail to say thank you to them. Verbalize your thinking, because verbalizing it will do a lot for them, and I think it will do even more for you. We've already mentioned restaurants and so forth, and you can solve a lot of problems with yourself. You can relieve a lot of stress. It's very therapeutic to practice the art of saying thank you, and it will do you good and them too. It's good for you. One thing saying thank you to will take the focus off of you. It will kind of rearrange and reorient your mind, and you begin to think outside your mind, and you begin to say thank you. It does something to you mentally. It does something to you emotionally, and it probably will put a smile on your face when you say thank you and you mean it. See, no matter what you're going through, it's benefit if you say thank you to somebody else. It'll help you deal with your problem when you thank somebody else who's helped you in some way. Your problem becomes smaller when you verbalize thanks and you mean it. It will help you to go through some things a lot easier than if you just pull yourself in and meditate on it and get down on yourself. But when you express thank you to others, it does something for you. As I said, it's very therapeutic. And so saying thank you can heal relationships. Now, this is just some thoughts. But on this day, when you watch this video, you hear this message, go out of your way to say thank you to many people, those you work for, and so forth, and wherever you are. Learn the art of verbalizing and saying thank you. Now, this is Doug Slay, and I want to end by saying thank you for watching this video, for hearing this message. And I'd like for you to subscribe to my channel, because we're going to be bringing more messages of faith, of uplifting messages, and God will help you and He'll bless you. And most of all, say thank you to the Lord for being your Lord. God bless you today. This is Doug Slay. Thank you for watching.